Please stand by. Into conference.
Tell me the feedback about that.
I joined the call. Everyone? Sir, I gave you the control.
Yeah.
So maybe you can start it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So giving the training for SOAP, right?
Yes, doing this API training. And this is Tarun. I did not send that.
Yeah, please send me that.
This
I'm going to send you one email address. Please come to all the information only to that email address.
Exactly, you can share that. You can share me that. Like whoever access that email, you can do that. Or you can go out, like you can communicate each other. I'll drop
I have
the
sent you
common name.
the email address. You can send it to me.
Okay. Definitely. I can note this one.
Any type of communications like about the updates of this class or anything, you can send it to this.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, can you start now?
Yes, you can start.
And as I told you, we start on like structures in Java. So yeah, about constructor. I will go like a theory, then I'll come back to program. So constructors in Java. Okay. So be like constructor very important role play in Java while creating object. Okay. So thing is like most of the people will confuse regarding like normal method and constructor. So that's like it is a very special member function. Okay, it's a member function, and we use it to construct the memory object and provide the initialization. Mainly the creating an object and to initialize the values. And condition like while creating a constructor, we should follow that its constructor name and class name should be same. And it must be cleared in the public part, otherwise it may result as an error. Okay. So the main that constructor does not return any value. So any value even though we could not provide a void for constructor. Void is nothing but a return type. Java that has a return type. Constructor does not have any return type. And it could define in the inline and offline of the method. So we define the inline and offline of the method. And does not need to call explicitly. It will automatically call whenever you create an object. Okay, and sometimes we may call explicitly also for other classes. And it can take the parameters. That is constructor take the parameters, and constructor can overload it. So this concept will come from like polymorphism. So I'll discuss later. The last point is constructor can be overloaded, and same thing. But the next point is it does not inherit. Constructor does not inherit, and constructor can be overloaded. Okay, so like a basic type of definition of a constructor, and constructors are two types. One is a default constructor and parameterized constructor. One is a constructor and second is a parameterized constructor. And so come to Java, like how we create a, like we learned the rules. The first names to be class name. Okay. Yeah. One class. Yeah. Class. Constructor. Constructor Java. Okay, so I will create a constructor. So I can and before so I want to create a constructor. The constructor must be public, and my class name and constructor name should be the same. Class name and constructor name should be the same, and there should be a parenthesis and double bracket. So this is a constructor. Okay. Constructor class, and that I would compare with the method. So this is my method while and some dot of the println and method to this class. Okay. Yes, the this is methods. Method is type. Constructor. Please remember that most of the people, if they are working also, they don't know the differences, and if they call also, they don't know. Okay? So it's like we are conducting many interviews, so most of the people will confuse what is the use of differentiating the constructor methods is a very important thing, and because it is like a class, it looks like a method, but thing only the difference is does not return any value, and also when this name must be in the constructor name. But class name, it cannot be. It's part of. Suppose if I make this also, it will work for. It is also working for. I cannot say method name and class name cannot be same. It can be, but the difference is not. And see how to create an object. How to create an object? Creating its name and where object reference label and structure. This is like a if I say it is a default constructor. So yesterday also we write one small method, small class, I think. So it is here. Yeah. So here it is a Java variable class. Okay. And we have created a Java variable object. Now see here, there is a constructor here. There is a constructor. Even we are able to create. Means there is a default constructor. If you provide explicitly, it is there. Our default compiler will automatically give the by default constructor when you create an object as this. Okay. Make the statement in your program. The compiler check that in the particular class is constructor available. That means default constructor is, suppose you have written explicitly, then you give it automatically. Not the compiler will provide. So see that this is a name class name, and addition subtraction as method, but there is no constructor. So constructor to this creating an object of this class object. Java compiler. So as now, here we have done the explicitly. The explicit declaration of default constructor. Yeah. So now, like if I run this program and it will run. So automatically, so we are not, so how will call the method? Method called like c dot j dot and the test. So this is a method calling explicit constructor. The default constructor will automatically while creating an object. Automatically while creating a object. So the thing is, these two key points you want to know. You want to like there is a method you want to call. Okay, method or there is a test case you want to call. So any prerequisite of particular test case. So for calling your test case, you can call that constructor the particular class. That constructor will initialize your test case preconditions. Okay, the test case condition activity can be make it in a one constructor, then call your test case. So when you run the program, when you create an object, the constructor will automatically get called. And what are the steps required to do a test case? The initial stuff will be done by the constructor. Any questions up to here? Like if I'm fast or like here now?
No.
Yes. Next is as you know that construct special member method. So something called a member method, which we automatically create an object of the class. Main purpose is construct initializing an object. Okay. There are few rules here. The few rules we need to follow, like creating a constructor. Constructor must be as a class name, first one, and constructor will be called automatically. Constructor does not return value even if void also. Constructor should not make a static. Okay. So static, few things I cannot explain right now. So we will make it up. So constructor should not have static keyword before the constructor, and that constructor cannot inherit. Okay? Yes. So how the constructor eliminates the default values? So let's say there is a one diagram. So can you go and like by see that I'll give a 2 days of time, and what do you understand here? To understand this diagram, then it is very easy to like what is the constructor, what it does internally. Yeah. Okay, like how much you understood for showing the diagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, about this diagram or like one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If the release will be written by the value I have assigned to constructor.
Okay.
and the object is this class, and we can directly assign the values to the data types. Variable we have that, so that override the default values.
Yes. The first session we talked like integer default value, default default value, constructor value. Especially like before using constructor, after using constructor, you can initialize your external values. So default will be there. Initialize whenever you create an object. So here, let's explain here. So I have created a int a value. Okay, a and b equal to 20. So can you tell me that what is the values here? So just like system under println system cij dot a cij dot b. What are the we can say? So here, what is value?
Default value.
What is value? 0. Yes. What is b value? Is this 0?
And equal.
Yes. So the thing is, whenever the constructor invokes, okay, whenever the constructor invokes, so we have data like what are the variables you have defined in that. If they have value, that value will be there. If they does not have the values, default values will be mapped to the object. So they, as you know, they will make it diagram representation. So a heap memory, and this is a stack maybe about this also. So the thing is, here if I create object, object has a difference variable, and suppose in our example, like this is our what do I do? Here is like a reference variable and my object. So will come what are the things here from in the class. Instance variables, okay, a equal to 0 and equal to 20. Any other things will come here. Test method will come. Then calling. So internally our instance related information. No only instance variables, not static variables. Only instance methods, instance variable. It has to be a particular and make as an object reference. We will create this statement. For reason, we calling like cij dot cij dot a or cij dot b and cij dot test. These are the attached to the particular like object. I can create one more object here. Okay, one more object, and I find the object cij1 suppose, and so it will also contain the memory allocation equal to 0 and equal to 20, and after the method it has instance method. So you can call like right now this class has like two objects. The nominations like happen with that. Here, after so definition, most of the people will say that constructor is creating an object. It is not only creating an object; it is the instance variables. If utilize or override whatever. So there is diagram. So a class contain int A will be character H and string str will be a. So constructor means the sense, before constructor in the sense when you run the class. So default value will be this. Default value for the integer 0 float and like 1 6 and like values, string values boolean. Here, similar example I will replicate here. So I derive like my A value is equal to 50. So I declare the int A value that is not initialized. So while invoking my constructor, I can able to initially all numbers are by default. The default value will be structured here, and there is a class A, and the constructor is the class A of constructor, and the initializers values, and the last box will be like overriding the existing and keeping the while once you create object, a new value will be added. Okay, and this is like which will give some differentiation between the constructor and method. Point would be method exposes the object behavior. Constructor is initializing the state of the object only. Name may not be same as a class name, as I already done. Method may be same, may not be same, but the difference why syntax should not be there. Constructor must be seen as a class name. Constructor must be method must be have the return type. Constructor must not have that return type. However, the method is simply of taking the object reference. So there is no explicitly we can implicitly call the constructor. Compiler does not provide any case of method like that. The compiler will use the default constructor if there is no constructor in your class. So the point is very important from the constructor point of view. Compiler provides a default constructor if there is no constructor in your class. Yes. Now, everything from about constructor. Do you have anything more on that, or you understood about this one? So when can you use one this? Initializing a class object and initializing a instance. This instance variables and methods will be attached to the particular class. So because I was very much like to speak more on this is so the thing is where once you create an object, okay, by this way, the people cannot know that how to call a method and how to call a constructor, how to call an instance variable. We can call any one of the method in this particular class because created an object. There is one more thing we can call for object like yesterday variable. So I can call another constructor, another class constructor, so or another class object. Our class name is constructor. So I use that or I want to use that constructor this test method. Constructor in Java class of test method. So I can go to another class and directly create an object. I create an object T1 tester and then constructor. And I call the test of. So what most of the time we do that. You require for the class information, you want to use a particular class methods, will create object and will call the particular method. So I call here test method with respect to the constructor class, means the class of the method. So this we can call as like a relationship of inheritance. But the message of the constructor is very important. We get class to class. Yes. So just I'll jump on to the Selenium point of view. Okay. So let's see last. Generally, before you may find any blue also anyway. So driver. What is meant by this? Anybody? Okay. See that. We covered this also, but anyway I will tell you here. As of now, there is a int A. What is this? What is this? Int variable. Label. And it has a data type. Okay. Suppose, as I told you the first, I think object session, student is object. Tell me that this class. What class means? Correct name? Yeah. So how to create an object? Start is equal to new. This is a thing object, correct? Yes. And I create a student class. So student equal to new student. Is that? Yes. Yeah. Same thing. There will be a car and equal to new car. So the single statement I will divide it to formats like same statement, but the name will be same. So just first I will create a Selenium test reference variable. It is an object reference variable. So this is a class and this is my reference. And I do this one. So created a reference variable of my Selenium first test SFT. SFT equal to and create a like a new Selenium first test of object, the creating object. So object reference. Okay, object reference declaration. And if the assign reference to this object and internally creating an object, you can say. Okay. So tell me for this student equal to student. Create a car equal to car. So which means it is student reference. Student reference here is a C. I'll explain here. So is a class. S is a student class reference. Student class reference table. citizen symbol. So here a variable and here integer type. There are differences. It is a primitive wise and coming to object wise is this one. So, but in this case, there is a one more keyword is there, but I explain later on that one. Like WebDrive is there. WebDrive what? Anybody? Yes.
It's a class.
It's the class. R. Anything else? Driver is the interface. I get the 99% answer that there is a class in the interview. But there is a interface. So, reason, you treated a class as of now, but it is not a class because of situation of this. Okay? So, please remember as of now, like a looks like it treated as a class, it is not a class, it is an interface. Don't a class, WebDrive is not a class. WebDrive is interface. There is a interface definition, what is the interface, what it does, how you are going to write this way, we'll talk later. So, if you get anything, that means observance is class difference. Is observance or declaration. The same thing, and how you create a class reference. Same thing, you create a reference as like this one. Then WebDriver is the interface. Okay? Yes, just importing. So how we'll get this import? As we know that my first video, so we have to integrate that our Selenium jar file. We have to provide the logical location where it is jar files are located. Okay, import. So I will open this API. So we go through this how I am going like this way, like my teaching. This is a very helpful for you. Selenium APIs. So please think on more concentration on APIs. The APIs were very simple. If you know how to read the API, it will be over. Okay? The big Java API, sorry, Selenium Java API. Okay? So this HQ, GitHub, Selenium, there is documentation API.java. That means we are going to develop our whatever events by using Java. So there they derive like a one API. It is a documentation only. So as of now, like I told you last session also, what is a jar? Jar is a executable class file. So can we see the class file? Yes, class file. No. Okay. Not see the internal code of class file. So the reason what exactly made or they created reusable method we can see by using the APIs only. Whenever you have to call any method in the WebDriver, you have to come here, think like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, read the content, what exactly it has been written here, and we will make to our test. We'll think like it's how it is related to our test. Okay, most of the content will be derived only. 99% content will be made here only. All are like. If I'm taking means I have get this here only. If anything, any site, any logo, anything, yeah, this is the base only. This is a very base. And so the interface, as of now remember. Anybody, anything, what is the WebDriver mean? WebDriver is the interface. Let's discuss later on what is the interface, why they make this WebDriver interface. Okay? Yeah. So take this interface for used for testing and representing the ideology of the web browser. And that's like controlling a driver itself. So driver will control browser and as well as selection of the web elements and debugging the ads. And there are some methods in that, very methods. So these methods are like maybe or you may practice, I don't know exactly. These are the basic methods what taken here. So how to read this API is a very important thing. How to read the API. So there will be method, number section, and there is a modifier type. That is very important thing. Modifier and types after the description. Yeah. So this is method we are going to use. So get method. Get method and insert we need to pass the Java string. The purpose of this method, new web page in the current browser. Whatever here is there, you provided, and current open browser will load it. That's it. Who designed this? Who designed this method? WebDriver has designed. Doing just we are invoking the current class which you are using and working the method and what is the parameter of this method. That's it. Okay. So now I will take a Firefox. Okay. I will launch the Firefox browser. So here one more thing is AI. So as I told you, this is the interface. Okay. These are the classes. These are the classes are implementing these methods. As I can tell you this much only. But how the implementation, why they implemented later. So you can take any one of the browsers. These are the supportable browsers. So every browser there is a one driver. One driver. Driver is nothing but one class. So if I say Chrome driver, it is a class. So it's like that how the Chrome driver can like override this method. Their implementation. This is a one implementation. Okay. So I'll take that as of now Firefox driver. Let's see that launching the Firefox. So I have a small method my using the browser. So this is like a driver, small driver is the object reference of interface, and I'm creating a Firefox driver. What is meant by this? We are creating an object of Firefox driver. And what that we can use constructor is just simply who searches current machine Firefox exe just internally to call. Okay. So created my own class, current own class object sft equal to new sft, and I'm calling sft dot start launching. Start launching is this will be executed. Into what we have done, we have created a Firefox object. So Java. Firefox service. Yes. I like this driver get method. So you get method. Inside the line to pass and let it be URL. So just using this URL. You can give URL. You can give URL. The type of URL will be loaded. The text should launch and it load the in the browser. think I have some. What is this error? To connect, unable to host local host of this port number. So here is like every driver has some port to work on local machine. So the port is occupied by some other service. So and it is able to number 3 is extension of this. So we will slide the one more time. Just wait 2 minutes. This type of like code will be reused. Like web browser, Chrome browser it is. This is like what? And one second. Where is the driver and I'm doing the folder, enter folder, and going to our current object, like current project, place here, and the path will be changed here. So I'll take this path, the property, and we are using data. Double slashes in Java. And interested. So long has Java, Chrome will be nice. Provide the object API, which we are given, that particular URL will be reloaded. See, you can also see here the starting Chrome driver, the version of the Chrome driver, and on port the port ID is connected 21116. Local connection. So I have a problem with the Firefox. Okay. So if I think that, just email me. I'll give the like questions to resolve it. Yes. Now we loaded the particular thing. Right. Now if I go to like then I told you there is a login page. As you right? Then I told you there is a login page. I gave something. Okay. So there will be a mental information and password. And only that there is a find element. Okay. So element is there. Okay, well into representation of HTML element. Now, HTML element. Generally, all interesting operations that interact the page will be performed through this interface. What happens? So all third calls will do if instead of checking ensuring the element reference still it is valid. And there will be and essentially to determine whether the element still attached to DOM. And you will see most of the time this will be the exception. Element reference exception. So the thing is, when you're talking on when using your element, that will be as to the HTML element. But HTML that is not helpful. The page not the elements are not attached to the DOM. DOM is a document object model. What is my DOM is? Suppose here is a view for page. So this is my DOM, document HTML model. So access all the elements inside the page. Inside the page. And there will be coming to the object, we have there will be one to identify the elements. There will be a by class. The by is a by class. Okay. What does this by class? Mechanism used to create element within jet. What is but a class having a method. So every element which to be identified in the particular method. So this mechanism, this by class mechanism to locate an element within the. Okay. What we have to do is we need to give the proper identity. So see that these are methods. There will be method. There will be link text, name, partial link text, time, and posting. Export. And there is class name and CSS selector. Suppose if I go to online form. So our registration form. If you want to enter the data means what we need to do? We need to inspect the element. If it is the Firefox also is there, very easy. The Firefox, I think Firebug like this. What is a bug? If you don't know, I'll explain. Otherwise, jump onto the directory. You know how to find the web elements on the site?
I know it's Firebug, but these two people are new to it, I guess. Maybe if you can give me the overview of it, how to install and how to find an element, that would be great. Yes. I can brief it later. Just to show them how to install it and how to use it.
Yeah, definitely. On the site, so how to look in. So I told you I want to enter the data into the perfect text. This is a property. or what is the attributes. So before going to explaining like what is a Firebug, read like HTML. Just like you can like take some 1 hour, 1 hour, just go through this HTML W3 tools. Okay. And do you have any idea about HTML?
The basics.
Yes, no point. Now that if I go a introduction of HTML, so like hyper custom marketplace, we go through that thing. Okay, our page should be done by starting with the DOM, the definition of DOM, and like there is a root node in the HTML, and in the HTML, there will be body of this one, and header will be there. This is the structure of HTML. Inside that, what is the tag? What is the tag is? One is the tag. And P is paragraph. So, we mostly talk on this type of elements in the backend. Find an element. As I told, there is a by dot ID, by dot name, by dot CSS selector, all will pick up from this HTML. The current, like what application we are using, we'll find a bug on the top of the element and we'll find that attribute. HTML attribute here, see that. How HTML elements may not have the attributes, so it depends upon your web developer provided or does not provided. An attribute will have the additional information about the element and about the information about the particular tag. Attributes is a tag only. Attributes are usually come a name and value pair. Like name is the name and will be the particular value we assign to the particular attribute name. Suppose example, this is a HTML starting tag. Lang is a and that will be a English US. So it means HTML attribute, long attribute. HTML long attribute. We have title is the title of parent. P is the like a what paragraph tag. Paragraph tag. P is the paragraph tag. A is the reference tag. Link. Hyperlink. HR is the attribute. HR is attribute. Like that, just like I can tell you like from where we need to read. So take the from home and go to like till now like if you have this one XHTML or have a look on that. What is exactly the definition? Suppose how to read also I'll tell you here. Simple like how to read mechanism. So click on that. Read the content, understood this what the people are like written, and there will be some try itself also. Like so this is the stream front end. So this is the back end of the page, and this is the front end of the page. So we will discuss this one. So that understand the basic HTML is very much required to designing a XPath and CSS. If you are good at capturing writing XPath or CSS, your job very simple. Okay? Yeah. So the Firebug tool, Firebug, it will insert the properties of HTML. Okay? So like type on Google Firebug, there will be Firebug add-on. It is to the Firefox browser only. Okay, so click on that and add to the Firefox. The option so add to the Firefox. Click on it, automatically installation. The last allow to use. So install. So it's already installed in my machine. That's the reason I'm not installing. So once you install here, you get Alt F. There will be a tool menu. You can see this in the tool menus. And then the developer section, tools, developer section. You can see the Firebug. And the shortcut open Firebug also here. Okay, so see that if I click here, it will. Okay, so suppose if I go to this google.com, I said you like your registration form. Yes, my form. Very secure, okay. So one more toolbar section where we can find the Firebug once we install. Here, this is a page, like you can pop up like Firebug here. Page will be like you can movable. It is very much movable, and to find the name, what exactly the tag is written in the developer. So see that inspect element. So there is like a section called box with arrow. If I tooltip is showing like, click on to the inspect. So here and go to this box, okay, username text box. You are able to see the HTML section. So this is the HTML section, and you see here the highlighted thing is related to like a text box tag. If you do the HTML very well, you are able to understand the tags, what is that to do. Okay, so the input tag, these are the like attribute. ID is the attribute.
I think, right? Guys, getting it? To try to download this Firebug in the Firefox browser and start how it works.
Okay.
It is simple tool like the add-on for Firefox. And using this you can get the proper.
Hello?
Yeah, sir, I got it.
Hello? It was disconnected or automatically done?
I got disconnected automatically. Yeah, we can hear you. Kiran, can you mute, please? Kiran? Yeah? Go on mute, please.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go on mute. The last coming from the... Yeah, sir, you can go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So this is the HTML. Once you inspect the element, okay, once you inspect the element, you can see detail about this particular text box. So direct can tell you two things here. ID and which are default taken like web terms. The web guys are taken like there is a this one element. Element and there will be by class they take like a ID like ID of the end of any tag, and it is an identifier. Most of the time, most preferable attribute to take this one ID. Next is a link. Next is a name. We will take that as the principle to take most priority, whether as a unique. Take the ID, then go for name. It is a link text. So what is the link text is? Suppose if I go here, like in our inspecting element, question mark is there. Okay, question mark are like there will be yeah. So here is this. Suppose if I fire a home is my link text. See that this tag, J tag, and which has estimation tag to use. So for link text, what is in between this starting tag and this is a anchor tag for link tag. Between this is a display name. We call it link text. So you can directly give this home link. Okay. So just we'll enter the few. We'll start exercising this when you come to me. So I will type this site our Java program, Selenium program. So it is yeah. I this existing page currently there. So next is driver dot find element and by ID. So why I am using ID? I know that my attribute of this text box unique, and I come to know and find a element from but I take like here as a username. Okay, so the ID related value will be taken. You need to using the quotation because and be a method for sending it to the data. So data is Selenium user suppose. And it is some Java is missing in my environment. So just a moment. Just I will on the existing Eclipse. You I install your thing, but upload. Create a package here. just that maybe we may have this dialog. So I'm copying the program, enter program here. Into this package. So in the class name. Selenium user. So when you done any new thing, just I'll copy paste here and my setup is here properly done. Setup problem only. If I run here, so it's running my program. So what tools it does is to open the home driver, particular URL, copy, and enter the username. Hit enter. Username. Suppose I have seen my thing is coming like from minimize mode. I want to maximize. Here there is a method to maximize, and so here some more concentration on the two things. So that find element, that means divider and the find element inside there is a plus and be ID with the ID particular element. So the reading will read from here like this, but this will start from ID. It is of by. It is the method I means this method returns something. It is the element. See that you want to see in that API. It is a third. Returns is the last object. As is used in the web element. This is the like whatever. Element. See, this is the find element. Find element inside the by is there. The by will come here, and if it will execute here, with it will come by. Then memory is like here. Then this what else? Element object. What is this? Element is there based on the ID. Based on ID of the HTML. This way, find the first web element. What element in the sense? Suppose that username has a username is a value. For the input type ID is a username. Any of the like any one of the has same ID as username, but it will refer for and it will find the first contain username only in the tag, not only ID input tag. It can be other tag also. The ID has the username, but find the multiple ID set it in. It will find only the first one. The sequence of this HTML, if the first is there, the particular element will be found. Okay? So first is the element. And it does this, it will run the web element. So method type is very important here. In the method type is very important. That's why I told you like position, what object, what is the method parameter, and everything. This method the element is object. How is student is the object like that? So what is the object? So in the web element. The web element is written. So it's web element and the web element is written. So I simply change this method and two like two line to 2 lines. So up to here, as I told you, as I told you up to here. What it does, okay, see the method, and this is a particular text has ID in the HTML, and it passed to the web element, find element. The find element is find element on the web page. And return type is web element. Return type. And what is the return type? What is the return type? Sorry. So which file it will find, like means which text box is find username text box. So just keep that element is username. Username element. Okay. Using the username element, you can turn or you can send it to your text box. Any action. User. The most easier to identify the find element, you provide the there by class internally predefined in the what is the object you need, what is the thing you need to pass a particular text box property. So these attributes are properties. Somebody like says that somebody says that it is an attribute. HTML point of view is one of the attribute of input text. And say like a property. So the ID is one of the property. That is the user. ID property or ID is the attribute. Name is one of the property. Name value is equal to username. The blending way of writing is different. So, what is in between two lines is nothing new. Both lines will be do same thing. The thing is, you use only single time for this text box. Directly use this statement. You use a particular text box to two or more operation you require in your page. Better do for creating it. Right now, you know to write, suppose you need to write again and again this line of statement. You directly call the reference variable and make the action you want to do. It can be key, it can be a lot of options. Any element has like in WebDriver, we have this WebDriver action. There will be like a clear method, click method, find element, get attribute, located. So these are the things. All are like find methods. Get text or tag name. We're gonna read also. We're gonna like talk on the sessions, coming session. What is the use this element? Elements. So these are the predefined element operations. So once you do the element, so whatever is the find the element. And this element precedence. So after find the element, the operation can do on this WebDriver. Okay. Suppose you tell like what is the how to find the element and the password. Can you how to take the password text box property?
Yeah, use the Firebug tool and highlight that field.
Okay.
You will get the HTML code, and then the ID or the name, you can highlight that.
I have taken the name and tell me code driver
Dot
name find element by name already predefined one. Provide the name which you copied.
password.
And action we need to do. Yeah. And this is for entering a text box or text area. You want to enter a text box or area, this method only.
Sir, maybe we shall back this session after this because we need some time to practice. If we are putting everything on the same, they may get confused.
This is the instruction. So enter that particular password. So the thing is, I'll do the exercise to you. Please complete like by your driver. Don't write money. Complete all the code. Don't submit. This is no problem because it is English. So don't submit. Do entry if it's possible. Suppose checking and suppose selecting. If you want how much you can do and then like the code could be like sent to the, then I'll leave that where you are by where like how much like you have completed for this test. Then I come to know. Then I can like spend more on that. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Tarun and team. So I'll wind up here. Okay.
If you have any assignments also, maybe you can share them. We can practice them.
Definitely, this is the one of the first. You can treat as this is the one of the first